Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a fresh perspective on things, and we see them. And today we have a hell of a show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So let's get into this topic here. Did you guys know Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player of all time? But I've been seeing some pretty questionable behavior out of some Kobe Bryant fans, or people that like to call themselves Kobe Bryant fans. At a point in time, at one point, Shannon Sharpe was calling Kobe Bryant. He said there were only two people ahead of Kobe Bryant in basketball, God and Michael Jordan. But believe it or not, Shannon Sharpe at one point said that the only people ahead of Kobe in basketball was God and Michael Jordan. But as time went on, as Clutch Sports took a stronghold over sports media, he slowly began to modify his position. And I heard the argument once, the explanation that Shannon Sharpe gave once as to why he went from being a Kobe guy to LeBron guy. I'm going to tell you the story, and you tell me if this makes any sense whatsoever. If any sports fan has ever switched a player like this. He goes, he was a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Then he had a friend who was a huge Kevin Durant fan. Hear the story. But so they used to argue. So Shannon then said, you know what? To argue against this guy, LeBron James is going to be my favorite player. So I can say that LeBron is better than KD. So the guy would say KD and I would pick LeBron. That's how it worked. His favorite player, he dropped him for LeBron to go argue with somebody else. That's his argument. You can go hunt down the video. I think it was an interview he had with Terrell Owens. So that's how Shannon Sharpe became a LeBron James supporter. As you guys know, we were just remembering Kobe's, the kind of his memorial when he passed and all that. We did some posts on social media, but decided there was no need to post content about it because y'all already know how I feel about Kobe. So yesterday they were having a back and forth about who does Patrick Mahomes like, is Patrick Mahomes the LeBron or the Michael Jordan of the NBA? So as they're having this back and forth, Ryan Clark and Shannon Sharpe start going back and forth. Now Ryan Clark is a Kobe guy, and then Shannon comes out of nowhere. Well, why don't you mention Kobe? Why do you mention Kobe? Why do you mention? And he's saying that, I'm looking at this dude like, yo, I thought Kobe was your man. What are you doing? Like, I thought Kobe was your man. Even at this moment, why are you saying all of this about Kobe at this moment? Like, it just didn't rub me the right way. So I was like, we got to talk about it today. So what we want to do is, this is the comments that we want to get into. Before we get into what Shannon had to say, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play this exchange for you guys here. I want you guys to listen to it, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Ryan Clark and Shannon Sharpe go back and forth about this Kobe thing. Take a listen to that.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Steve, hold on. Why did you say Kobe? You keep saying Kobe, LeBron. Why did you say Kobe?
Because
why did y'all say Kobe? RC, you a Kobe guy. RC, you a Kobe guy.
Well, you can't because you wouldn't put Kobe ahead of MJ. That's why. Kobe #2 behind MJ.
No.
That's an off guard.
Why is LeBron even in this discussion? Y'all keep saying Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan, and he got that killer instinct. Why are we using LeBron if Kobe's that guy,
because
RC?
Of you.
You a Kobe guy too, RC. Don't do that.
Because of you. Because you
don't worry about me. I'm always going to be here. I'm talking about y'all and Kobe.
You know why, Shay? Here's why. Because the answer is Jordan, no matter who you say.
Yeah.
Ding,
Like,
ding,
it doesn't
ding.
matter.
Yeah.
You can say Kobe. You can say LeBron. You can
Educate
say
him.
Magic. You can say Larry.
him.
The answer is Michael
How many
Jordan.
championships did Jordan have in his first 5 years?
Warm it up.
Because, hey,
Zero.
Shay, you know why? Here's why, though, Shay. We're talking about at the height. It just so happened
There's no
that
reason why. He the GOAT.
Patrick Mahomes got to his height before anybody else has ever gotten to
Shay,
their height.
just let it go.
But
So
in
why
Patrick
do you compare him
Mahomes,
to Jordan?
Listen. In Patrick Mahomes' greatness, people are fighting for championships. Michael Jordan went to play baseball, and Hakeem Olajuwon suddenly won 2 championships.
That's right.
And became the best player in basketball.
second Michael Jordan got back,
second he got
didn't
back,
win
he
anymore.
won again. But here's the thing I want to say about Josh Allen.
No, we got to go to Josh Allen.
Can I get to
now,
Josh
Shannon.
Allen?
Yeah,
I just want to say one
you
thing
had a
about
tough-
Josh Allen.
Tough stretch.
So you heard the exchange there. What are my thoughts about this? Look, the level of Kobe Bryant disrespect out there is just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now Shannon brought up a point, and he said, "Why are we bringing up LeBron instead of Kobe?" Well, this is a very good question, and I believe that Shannon is one of the people that has the answers to this question. The first reason they're bringing up LeBron over Kobe is because of people like you and Nick Wright and all of these other plants and media that decided, you know what, we want to push the LeBron James agenda. You guys started saying he was the GOAT, even though you know it was one of the most ridiculous things to say with a straight face on television. You guys started saying that when the guy was like sitting on 3 championships. Y'all started saying that. Instead of saying Kobe, you started saying LeBron James. So you have that. The second reason is Michael Jordan is the standard bearer, right? So he's the standard. So they now have to look for somebody to compare him to. So they chose LeBron for 2 reasons, or rather 1 reason. The real reason there is a LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate is not because there's a real debate. There is no debate. From beginning to end, there is no debate. The reason that there is a debate is because LeBron is the face of the NBA. Okay? So therefore, they need to argue about somebody that's currently playing, somebody that's relevant versus the GOAT in Michael Jordan. They need it for argument's sake. It's also part of Nike's marketing strategy to keep LeBron in the media, to keep trying to promote him and promote him and promote him. It's all based off of marketing and clicks and views. Very little of it has to do with actual reality. Very little of it. If you listen to a LeBron fan or an NBA guy that's a LeBron guy try to give you their reasoning as to why LeBron is the GOAT, they cannot give you a succinct argument. They have no actual argument. None. I asked a LeBron fan this question. If you know a LeBron fan that feels that LeBron is a GOAT, ask them this simple question and you will realize the sheer lunacy of their position. Ask a LeBron fan this that believes that LeBron is a GOAT. Say to a LeBron fan, if you believe LeBron is a GOAT, it means at one point in time LeBron wasn't the GOAT, right? When LeBron came into the NBA, he was not the GOAT. He was behind a lot of guys. He was behind Tim Duncan, Shaq, Allen, all of these guys, right? Magic Johnson. But then as time went on, he started to move forward and started passing players. The question then becomes, what year in LeBron's career did he pass Michael Jordan? What was the year? Now, the reason it's important to ask a LeBron fan the year is because you're going to have to you'll force them to explain their reasoning, which they cannot do. A typical LeBron fan has absolutely zero reasoning skills. The vast majority of them when it comes to arguing this thing. It's all emotion. So if you ask them, what year did LeBron pass Michael Jordan? And you then begin to realize that there is no year. What happened was they started feeling good. They were sitting there beating their meat to LeBron highlights, and then they just stood up and said, man, you know what? LeBron is the GOAT. And then they all started screaming it like a bunch of zebras sitting in the Serengeti, just hollering and screaming. What's the year? What's the year? What year was it? Was it 2016? Well, you would have to be a flagrant moron to say that. Because what had LeBron accomplished in 2016 that was more impressive than the entirety of Michael Jordan's career? There was nothing. The guy had a losing record in the finals. He had gotten punked in the finals by players like J.J. Barea and Jason Terry. He had mental collapse after mental collapse. He then finally won 2 championships. Another year, he got blown out by a record margin. No other team has lost by a wider margin in NBA history than one of LeBron's Miami Heat teams. He then gets down 3-1, comes back and win the series, and that is supposed to supplant Michael Jordan. Like, who are we kidding here? Who are we kidding here? It's so ridiculous. It's not even worth discussing. So if they say 2016, they're not serious. There's nothing to suggest it. You cannot bring me LeBron's career up and say he better than Jordan. You know he's not ahead of Kobe at that point. He's not. Kobe had a more impressive career than LeBron at 2016. He did. So how did LeBron go from being behind all of these guys to jumping Kobe and Michael Jordan in 2000? Like, who are we kidding here? Who was LeBron beating in the East? The Eastern Conference. Like, who are we talking about? You had teams making it into the playoffs with losing records. Teams with a 41-41 record going into the playoffs. Are you joking? Kobe was facing 50-win teams there was certain years, if you won 50, you needed at least 50 wins to make the playoffs. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Everybody knew that the Western Conference run was the finals. The Western Conference Finals was always the finals. What are we talking about here? So win. There is no win. There is no win. It never happened. It's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors and honey flying up all over the walls. They never did. It was just, this is one of the biggest media hoaxes in history. LeBron never passed Jordan. He never passed Kobe. They just stood up one day when their leader stood up and said in 2000, man, I feel like this made me to go. And they all ran with it. There is zero reality to it. None. He won in 2016 and went and lost some more. Like, what are we talking about here? It never happened. It's like the biggest kept secret in media. The worst kept secret in sports media. LeBron never passing Kobe or Jordan. It never happened. Ever. They just convinced you dudes. Oh, man, he passed. How? How can he pass a guy that is perfect in the finals? You're trying to beat perfection and you don't have it at any level. Jordan is more impressive than LeBron at every level of sport. Every level. The championship round, regular season, scoring, defense, offense, two ways, both impact on the court, off the court. No comparison. It is not remotely close. Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo by a bunch of twerking ass LeBron James fans. The most unserious group of sports fans. Never get into a conversation because it's just going to be a whole bunch of nonsense. LeBron the GOAT. When did he become the GOAT? They're going, man, he did it in the bubble. Who did he beat? You know how they like, who did Michael Jordan play? Who did he play? I don't know. He was playing against Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero? Which one of them dudes going to be on the top 75? Jordan was beating top 75 guys in the finals. He wasn't beating Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero and Goran Dragic. Like, what are we talking about here? Please, I will never take this conversation seriously because it never happened. He never passed Kobe. He damn sure never passed Michael Jordan because Kobe never passed Jordan. So how the hell did this guy with a losing record come and jump both of them? Man, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. I'm out.